What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Break It Down, the show where we're always speaking with some amazing artists and human beings, and we get a peek behind the creative process and hear the story that goes into making some of these gems. Our guest today is DJ Slim. He's a New England based artist and a major supporter of marijuana and its legalization. He has countless songs and videos about weed and has just been in the game, meeting celebrities and being an advocate for marijuana, as well as hip hop in general. So, Slim, thanks for being with us today.
The pleasure's all mine, my friend. Thanks for having me.
What you smoking on right now?
Tell you the truth, I always keep a stack of these Redwoods. My man Red Blazer from Sugar High Farm, he makes these Redwoods. And man, they have like real weed, no shake. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, okay.
coated with teeth and got the fucking concentrate on it. So 5 of these a day keeps me sane.
There you go. Awesome. I love it. For some of our listeners that may not be familiar with you, DJ Slim, let us know how you got in the game and when you. What I want to know is when you first smoked your first weed and when weed became your thing as an artist.
Okay. When I first smoked my first joint, honestly, I believe I was in like the 10th grade or the 11th grade of high school. I wasn't really early with it, you know what I'm saying? But it was from that moment, you know what I'm saying? I remember it clearly. I was on the front steps of my man's crib and they were blazing. I'm like, yeah, just give me a toke, let me see. And yeah, man, from then on, it's just been a beautiful journey, you know? But as far as how long have I been in a marijuana music artist, tell you the truth, from day one.
Awesome.
I've been doing this for over 20 years now. And it's my inspiration. I can't really rap about things I don't know. I've never sold crack. I've never shot nobody. I've never stabbed nobody. I've never raped nobody. I don't call women bitches like that unless they provoke me. But it's not my thing. So I can talk about what I know, and that's marijuana, and I can do that very well.
Excellent. And anyone that follows you on Instagram and everywhere else, they certainly see all the things that you're doing, the festivals you're at, performances. Bring some of us up to speed right now. Are you involved at all with legalization? Obviously, you're in Massachusetts, so it's legal somewhat. But where are you? Being an advocate, are you still trying to, promote legalization everywhere you go?
Absolutely. And there are two sides to it. I am definitely a member of MassCan from Massachusetts. Shout out to everybody from MassCan. My whole outlook is I started doing rallies and festival and being an advocate for marijuana before it was fashionable. Now everybody's, oh, I smoke. I was doing this when medical patients needed assistance getting marijuana safely and the right amounts and not being persecuted or locked up or something for getting their medicine. So it was a big picture for me when I seen it. When I really first connected, I knew smoking marijuana was just fun, different strains, but when I seen that there were people in need and there were more people like me that I'm not a patient, don't get me wrong, but I'm a believer in what marijuana can do for people as far as helping and healing and just changing their perspective on a lot of different negative things and helping them focus on positive instead of all of these crazy issues that's going on with us today. So I use it more or less as to relax and to enjoy my life and just keep me focused. But there are people out there who can't wake up in the morning without it, and can't get a good night's sleep without it. There are cancer patients who are not hungry, who could be definitely utilizing it to get hunger, an appetite. And it's just a lot of different variables, man. But I definitely am a strong supporter of it. But at the same time, I'm not running out here telling no little 14, 15, 16-year-old kids to start smoking marijuana. That's not what I'm doing.
Right. Right. Yeah. You're a responsible advocate, and just like everything else, in moderation. I don't think I challenged a couple kids the other day to go find me an article online where someone died or overdosed from marijuana, and I'd give them $100, and it wasn't a bet. It was just I'd give them $100, and so
Right, right,
they
right.
they they haven't done that yet. And but
You won't see those kids again.
while I
You
work,
won't see them again. They won't
I
find nothing.
I work with them. It's cool. They're cool kids. They just they're maybe conditioned to think a certain way because of how our whether it's our education system or our media, they portray it. I mean, I remember 20 years ago in high school, and you know it certainly lost a lot of the stigma since then. I mean, like you said, you've been in it 20 years. I'm sure you've seen a major change, but um, there's still the pothead stigma. It's
Which is
okay.
the worst stigma
Yeah.
ever. Which is the worst stigma ever. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, I have a song called Utilize Your High just because of that reason. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I talk about get up, get out and get something, don't be that lazy stoner on the couch, and not focus on so many other issues and views out here. Just don't be that lazy cat. Get up and motivate, do something with your life. And that's what marijuana does for me. It
Absolutely.
motivates my ass.
Great. Recently you released Don't Blame Weed featuring Jtronius. So let's break it
Yes.
down. This is a music video you released, a song as well. So tell us what inspired you to write this song.
Sort of just like the Utilize Your High track. I don't write marijuana music like other music you hear nowadays. I smoke weed mentioned once in a song or a whole album. I try to mention topics, issues, and scenarios. And one scenario that I run across a lot is people blaming weed for their issues or not being able to achieve something or not being able to, make something happen in their life. It's like, man, if I wasn't so high, dog, I had smoked all night before and just didn't get up. Or, I went to take the test, and before I took the test for the thing, I got high, and then they piss test me. But it's like, come on, man, don't blame weed for these issues. You know what you have to do if you're gonna play that type of game. You know what I'm saying? Either don't smoke weed for a while, have a clean system, go into your test and do what you need to do, or phony pee, or just don't do the shit, but don't use weed as the topic. So don't blame weed for me was sort of easy to come up with. I heard this beat from Preed One, and Preed One, he's on Instagram. Shout out to Preed One, man. As soon as I heard this song, I knew what it was going to be about. Like I was already humming the hook, and called up Jtronius because he used to live in Boston.
Mhm.
The governor Galaxy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, he's amazing, man. So, but now he's in Texas, holding down there, man. And he called me. He was like, "Send me the track." I sent it to him, and he heard it, was like, cool. And he just came up here to DJ Real Drama's crib, man. That's my DJ Real Drama. And man, he blessed that track, and I got some video of it on Instagram. And he just really went in on it, and it really made the track exactly everything that I wanted it to be. You know, um, but as far as the video, which everybody need to go check it out right now at puffpassrecords.com. puffpassrecords.com. You can see all my music videos. If you go up and hit the little SoundCloud button, you hear all my music. You know what I'm saying? And I got an artist called Stone Capone who's on there as well. So definitely check out Stone Capone. He's on Instagram too. But definitely the video was a concept that I had in mind, because you don't want your video to be just standing on the wall doing nothing. So basically, I thought that me and Jtronius would be working at Milk, which is a glass shop in Watertown, Ulster, Mass. Shout out to everybody at Milk. They got the best glass going. They got all the latest shit, all the latest vibes, everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody at Milk. And so, we played the role like we were coming in checking for work. And then when the people were coming in to buy glass or buy sheets or whatever they were going to buy, um, they were saying like, oh, I'm having these problems and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, don't come in this store talking about weed and ruined your day, or you couldn't hang out with your kids because you were too high, or, your boss fired you because you were again late for work because you were outside in the parking lot getting high 15 minutes before you should have been on the clock. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and then so in the video, that's really the scenario that you see. And we have two great people playing the parts as far as the customers coming in, a lot of great people in the background, like Red Blazer and everybody. So, it was a great put together. It was like one scene when the guy comes walking in and he's a worker and he's like, yo, what's happening? I'm here. And he's looking at his watch and his boss is like, get the out of here. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you're late, we're not having it. And everyone's like, oh, like you just got fired in front of everybody, son. But it's really a fun video. All my videos, I really try to keep fun, funny at some point in time, you know what I'm saying? But really true to just topics, and not just being one of these new fashionable rappers that just mentioned I smoked weed, and then the rest of the album is he shot somebody, did this, that, and the other. That's not a weed advocate, and that's not somebody who should really be representing weed, really.
Right. Yeah. No, it's great. We'll have a link in the description below as well. Puff Pass Records. All of your videos are hilarious and informative as well, because weed does get a bad rap where people blame things on weed, and it's excuses, blame game. So
Absolutely. But for me, man, I really I try to, I let people hold yourself accountable, man. You're an
absolutely.
adult, and you if you're gonna do something, be able to do it and handle it. If you can't do something, let it go. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's easy to say, oh, it's hard to get off of shit, but we're talking about weed. We ain't talking about opiates. We ain't talking about, no fucking fentanyl and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Mary Jane. And if anything, it should open people's mind and inspire them and let them see that they can do shit, so they're not blaming weed for anything that happens.
Yeah. And this was a Mr. DL production.
Absolutely. Practically, listen, Mr. DL has shot in so many videos of mine, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You remind me. I got that. The new Don't Blame Weed. Matter of fact, I'll let you know right now, I'm about to shoot another music video with Mr. DL, Ill Mannered Films, to my new song I'm about to drop called Light One Up. It's called Light One Up. It's more of a motivating type of weed track that when times get tough and you're doing a lot to make shit happen, but doors aren't opening for you, it's all right. Just chill out, just light one up. You know what I'm saying? And either a bong or a joint, because I love both of them. I don't really do dabs and all of that shit. So I don't talk about dabbing and shit, but I always either a bong or a joint, man, just light one up. So new music video coming soon. Definitely please everybody stay close to Puff Pass Records, and you're gonna be the first ones to know.
Excellent. Yeah. All the links will be in the description below for Puff Pass Records, DJ Slim on Instagram. Is that where you're mostly active, on Instagram?
Yes, and I'll let you know something else. God, you're just dragging all this information out of me. I am going to be starting like a podcast, sort of like what we're doing right now, but it's going to be called Smoking with Slim. And
Okay.
basically, it's very hard to promote marijuana music on Instagram and Facebook because they shut it down. Because I understand why you got people out there selling marijuana and mushrooms and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you got bomb weed, holler at me. But I mean, no, I'm only fucking with you. I'm good. But it's like people like me who just have marijuana music and really trying to get it out to marijuana masses, which seems like everybody now, young and old, everybody and their mothers, you know what I'm saying? I seen this lady driving the other day. She was definitely a senior citizen, beautiful old lady, small lady in a big car, but she had her little pen with her, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell it wasn't like a cigarette pen, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, look how grandma getting it in, you know what I'm saying? I was very excited because we've come a long way. But those are the people who need it, you know what I'm saying? And there are
Sure.
even some younger people who have conditions and need it as well. It can definitely benefit people so many different ways.
Awesome. Well, it's a great track, Don't Blame Weed, featuring Jtronius, and we're going to play a little snippet of it right now.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Back at it again. Slim. Jtronius. Pump pass. Y'all got a nerve out there. Blaming Mary Jane for all your downfalls, your pitfalls, and whatnot. You ought to know better. Cause if you knew better, you do better. We stay with it out here, baby.
You took someone home after the club, gave it up, and in the AM they made you feel like a slut. Don't blame the weed. You knew it was wrong, just admit it. This ain't the first time you did it. Don't blame weed for your indiscretions, imperfections, things in life that you're not getting. You blame weed for all your mishaps. I bet you're gonna blame weed for your bad breath. Go handle that. You said you were high, drinking and driving. Police report said no weed in your system. Why you lying? You blame weed for your lack of education. If you went drinking and chasing tail, you might not have failed. Keep it real. If you like stink, that's cool. But stop blaming weed for all the bad that happened to you. Telling everybody weed was your gateway drug. Before you took your first puff, you were sniffing that stuff.
Don't blame weed. Don't you blame that weed now. Don't blame weed. It's just never
Once again.
So that was Don't Blame Weed, featuring Jtronius, by my man DJ Slim, directed by Mr. DL. So the link will be in the
Hillman and
description as
Phils.
well. Go check it out, Puff Pass Records. So you said, before we wrap this up, you said you do bong hits and joints. You preferred joints over blunts.
Oh, well, I don't fuck with blunts. I only use papers. So really,
Okay.
to tell you the truth, I'll use right now, I'm fucking with those Vibe papers right now.
Okay.
And one of my main sponsors who I stick with is Pure Hemp Rolling Papers. Now I think they're out of Canada, man, but these motherfuckers, they sponsored me, they backed me. I'm always smoking Pure Hemp Rolling Papers. I do love a little bong. I got my little Morty bong. You know what I'm
All
saying? Rick
packed
and
and ready
Morty.
to
Shout
go.
out to all the Rick and Morty fucking fans, because I definitely am a Rick and Morty fan. But definitely either or, bong or a joint. I mean, I smoke all day, so it's mostly joints for me. You know, Sugar High From, pre-rolls for me, or some infused productions. They all have good flowers. You know, Dank Dabs. Oh my God, there's so many people with kick-ass weed that I just can name all day. Excelsior extracts, you know what I'm saying? It's like there are a lot of great black market growers, and I have to say that, man. I like people who have the dispensaries, and we can get into this another topic. And I respect people who have dispensaries. And if you have a dispensary and you want me to perform at your dispensary, holler at me. But the black market people, man, they're the ones that sort of paved the way for everybody who were patients, and just, you know, they've been doing this for eons and more than decades, you know what I'm saying, before the dispensaries came through. So, I mean, I really stick with the black market cats, you know what I'm saying? Humble Family Farm, it's just a lot, like Honeycomb Farms, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of great growers out here, and they all have skills, you know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it so beautiful, because you're not just getting weed and blah blah blah. You're getting trichomes, you're getting smell, you're getting flavors. You know, it's and the presentation. Ooh, some nuggets make me shiver.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, Slim, we appreciate the time today. Let everybody know where they can find out more about you and Puff Pass Records.
Yes, man, definitely. You can follow me on Instagram. I'd appreciate it. DJ Slim Puff Pass. DJ Slim Puff Pass on Instagram. On Facebook, I go as my alias, which is John Tokum, Tokem, John Tokum. Definitely follow me there. As far as everything, it's definitely puffpassrecords.com, man. But I'm trying to get out here a lot more, so definitely you'll be seeing me in places. When you smell weed smoke, I'll be there.
That's right. And
How about that?
we're going to be seeing a lot more Slim, DJ Slim. I guarantee it. So
I appreciate you.
thank you again for your time. And to all the listeners out there, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you again on the next one. Peace.
And stay high.
I love it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Break It Down. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast. If there's a song or video you want us to break down with an artist, hit us up on social media at Own Lane Music, or hit the artist up directly and mention our show. Maybe we can talk to him. That's it, everyone. Peace out.